Welcome back. I'm Turnbull, the champion of champions, and you are watching Keep It 100. Today is strategy number 11. Ignorant, smart, wise, and successful. So there are 4 different kinds of people. There are ignorant people. And what is an ignorant person? An ignorant person never learns. Why does an ignorant person never learn? Because they ignore the signs, they ignore red flags, they ignore what they're doing, the thoughts in their own mind, they ignore the results they're getting from what they're doing, so they keep repeating the same mistakes and they keep doing the same things. Why? Because they're ignoring the thoughts in their head, the actions they're taking, what's happening, what other people are doing. They're ignoring the effects they're having. They are ignoring cause and effect. So they're not learning from what they're doing. They keep doing the same thing, which is also the definition of insanity, by the way, to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and not learning. But you expect something different to happen, but you keep doing the same thing. Or you work harder, but you work harder the same way. You're not employing any new strategies. So you just keep getting the same results over and over and over. And then what do you end up doing? When you ignore and you keep getting the same results, you end up ranting, ignorant. You end up ranting at everybody around you saying, you need to change, you need to change, you need to change, you need to change, but you never look at yourself and say, what am I doing that's not working? Because you're ignoring your cause and your effects. So you end up ranting at everybody else, ranting at the world, ranting, saying everybody else is the problem, everybody else needs to change. So that ignore-rant that's what an ignorant person does, okay? That's number 1. Okay, number 2 is a smart person. Okay, what does a smart person do? Well, a smart person learns from their mistakes. So they learn. Okay, so when a smart person makes a mistake, he pays attention to it. And he says, what did I do? What did I get? Let me learn something from this, and they try something different. Okay? Because they learned that the last thing they did didn't work, so they try something different and see if that'll work. So a smart person learns from their mistakes. All right? So we're getting a little better. At least we got some learning here, right? Okay, well, if a smart person learns from their mistakes, what does a wise person do? A wise person learns from the mistakes of others. So a wise person is more observant than a smart person. A smart person is watching their own mistakes. A wise person watches others' mistakes. So they say, I see that didn't work for you, so I'm not going to go down that same road. I'm not going to make the same mistakes that others are making. So the wise person learns from the mistakes of others. Well, if a wise person learns from the mistakes of others, what does a really, really wise person, a successful person, and not only successful, but successful and happy. It just didn't fit on my board. So what does a successful and happy person do? Ignorant, smart, wise, successful, and happy, which is what I think everybody wants to be. I mean, you can brag about being wise, but if there's something better, wouldn't you want that? What does a happy and successful person do? They learn from the successes of others. So look at that. You can learn, this is not learning at all, but you can learn from your mistakes. You can learn from others' mistakes, or you can learn from others' successes. And then you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can see what's working for other people. You see they've already created what they've created, and if it's something you want, do what they did. Learn from others' successes. That's what successful and happy people do. Why? Because then you're not spending your life going through all these things that don't work only to find eventually something that does work. But if you learn from other people's experiences of success, then you have all kinds of extra time. You're observing them. So you can read a book that someone did research and made the mistakes and did all the science, and it took them 30 years to figure out what they figured out, and you can read that book in a week. So when they finally figured it out and they put what works in this book, it took them 30 years to find. If you can read that book in a week, you can get all that knowledge, all that wisdom, all that's going to work, all those successes. You can get that in a week of your life. You'll have so much extra time for recreation and fun and starting new businesses and, excuse me, you can do all kinds of stuff with the extra time you save by learning from other people's successes. And then you'll do what they did, you'll be successful, and you can do more. You can do more than they did because you just got all that knowledge. And you can then be creative and generative, and you can learn from 20 different successful people, and then decide how you want to take what they've got and put it in your own way, with your own style, put your own flair on it, make it your own. And then you're being creative and generative with all this information you got from other people that have already succeeded. It's a great way to live. So remember, if you want to be successful and happy, be someone who learns from others' successes. Study success. There's people all over YouTube, all over the internet. There's books. People want to share their successes. It's out there. Find it, learn from it, and use it so you don't end up ignoring what's going on. Now you are becoming the cause for your own success. Instead of ignoring what you're doing, what you're thinking, and never learning. Don't be an ignorant person. You don't even really want to be a smart person who learns from your mistakes. Sometimes. But that takes a long time too. Trying something different, trying something different, trying something different. You don't even know if it's going to work or not. If other people have done it, do what they did. Now when you're creating and generating something new, that's fun to get in there and experiment and have science projects and all that kind of stuff. But learn from a lot of information that's out there, and then start taking all that and then generate something new from it. So instead of learning from the mistakes of others, don't look out into the world and say, who got it wrong? Who wasted a lot of time? Look out and say, who got it right? Who already knows the answers I'm looking for? Who's already sharing the information I need? And just about YouTube right now, it's amazing. Like, this was not available when I was young. I used to go to the library and get stacks and stacks of books. I've read thousands and thousands of books to try to figure out everything I wanted to know. On my own. I didn't get a degree for that. I didn't get a grade for that. It was because I was curious and I wanted to know. And I really read things. I loved it. It was wonderful. I read stacks and stacks of information. Why did I say that? Successful and happy, learn from the successes of others. Oh, because the internet wasn't even available. Now, oh my gosh, not only can you see the person who has the information, who already had the success, they demonstrate it for you. They're literally showing you. Like this stuff, people will pay thousands of dollars to get these clues about life. And now there's experts all over the internet with all these answers you can use, and just like that, at your fingertips. You look it up, you learn it, and you do what they did. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Don't ignore it. Use YouTube, use the whole internet to find out what you're curious about, what you love, learn it, and then you'll become someone who can teach it to other people. And life is fun when you're paying attention to what you want and you're connecting with people from that place of sharing what you want to share. So learn from other successes, then be generative and creative and make it your own. This is Tia, the champion of champions. You're watching Keep It 100, and I will see you next time. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell if you'd like to get more of these videos. Oh, and don't forget, champion yourself to be a champion.